Outstanding, and of course we'll see her and Leanne Barrette momentarily as they're ready to start match number one. $9,000 to our first place finisher this week.
And Leanne Barrette to start here in match number one of the $50,000 Brunswick Open. And every player, all five, has said the lanes are a little bit tighter than they were throughout the week.
Well, actually, Denny, quite a bit tighter than anything we've seen throughout the whole swing. The players this week having to point the ball a little bit, also using equipment that is very dull, trying to get an early hook on the ball.
That one hooked early, went left, and a Brooklyn strike for Linda Kelly. We're liable to see a few errant shots tonight because you're right, the players are going to try and help the ball just a little bit.
Especially different type of condition for a player like Leanne Barrette, who normally we see swinging the ball quite a bit. She was going very direct, trying to play up and at him, which I think gives her an advantage tonight because in the past she's on a losing streak here, 0-4, and this is something entirely different.
Leanne opens with a strike.
Leanne's game, you can see a four-step approach, not much of a push away, very low. Here as she comes through that deep knee bend.
Said last week the critical shot that she just threw the ball a little bit too slow. Thought she put a pretty good roll on it, but not enough velocity, and that's the difference between winning and finishing second to Tish Johnson. Now she'll have to climb up the ladder if she wants to win her first title here of 1992. Light hit comes out and the 10-pin stands.
As I mentioned, a lot more lane conditioner on the lane. The lanes were oiled to 35 feet, so you will not see a lot of back end. It might be hard to get that 10-pin out. The ball's finishing a little bit late, a little bit flat in the pocket.
So we'll probably see a little less velocity this week as well. Bowlers will not be throwing the ball as hard.
Exactly. Our bowler track system will be available, and we'll show you the ball speeds will be down a little bit.
Linda Kelly, a former Team USA member and a silver medalist.
Bowled a sensational game last night in the position round, 268. She went around Cheryl Daniels, who shot 237, and on the other hand, Robin Romeo was shooting a 280 pace, but did not make it in, and Linda Kelly just put it on last night.
Kind of a wild finish in that position round game.
Oh, any players from the top, or well, 5th through 9th could have gotten that 5th place position.
Oh, that's crazy. And really, when you look at it, Tish Johnson led this tournament by just 7 pins over Dee Dee Davidson, so Dee Dee could have ended up as the top seed. Linda Kelly started with a Brooklyn strike, trying to spare up in the second, and she does very nicely. And earlier this week, it was a big moment in her career when Wes Pye, the national tournament director from the LPBT, presented her with her winner's banner there on the far right.
Wes Pye had my tournament banner made for some time, and he kept teasing me with it. So the night that he presented it to me, he said, "I have a surprise for you at sundown." So come 6 o'clock when we did the Pro-Am, he presented it to me from the bowling center manager presented it to me, and it was the first time a banner had been presented to a winner, so it was exciting.
All pumped up. You remember what it was like when you first got yours?
Well, they actually didn't present our banners to us because they came out afterwards, but it was always nice to see it out on the lanes when you went into a tournament, and it always added something when you went to that pair, especially for the Pro-Am. This was supposed to be your pair because your name was on that pair.
And as we look at the 5 participants, all 5 have a banner hanging here this evening, so another outstanding crop of finalists in the championship round.
A lot of young players also adding to their titles. Michelle Mullen coming out again this year and winning another title. They're sharing the wealth.
Jackie Sellers won her first just about 3 weeks ago. Sue Neidig earlier this year.
That's right. 3 new champions this year so far.
This young lady has already captured 13 professional titles, averaged 228 on this pair of lanes. I would suspect that she might have a little edge over Linda in this game number one because of the fact that she really can roll the ball and put a lot of turns on it when the lanes are real tight. It's really tough to make it wrinkle sometimes.
She might have the advantage there, Denny, for carry, getting the 10-pin out. Plus, Leanne really liked this high end. The lanes they're bowling on right now, 25 and 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 were all 3 of Leanne's favorite pairs. Not too often do you find that you get your favorite pairs for the television show.
We talked about Linda Kelly finishing second here last year, and Leanne Barrette finished second in this bowling center back in 1990 to Cindy Colbert Carroll. Another good shot, the 6-pin. Whistles around the 10, no double there.
Well, we saw her leave the flat 10, you might say, in the second frame. That time she made the adjustment, really got the ball driving hard just through the 6, right around the 10.
3-pound, 8-ounce wood sitting down on lanes 25 and 26. So, you know, you'll have to throw quality shots tonight or you won't end up with a strike. And the 10-pin that was a problem a week ago in the title match disappears here in the 4th frame.
2 players this week, Leanne Barrette and Dee Dee Davidson, both shooting 300. Add 1 more to their numbers. Leanne has 15 career sanctioned 300 games.
It's amazing. Once again, we see the tug shot. Linda Kelly really fighting at this point in time, throwing the ball right, because if she throws it a little right, she knows it's not coming back.
Much more of a direct player. Last year, the lanes played right around the 1-2 board, very dry outside, able to swing it out there and get it back. Here this week, 15 feet, the ball at the 5 board, definitely going left from the start. 5, 7, 10. 10th board at 45 feet, 14 miles per hour, like we mentioned, a little bit slower.
Looking for the first double in the match, and the 4 and the 9 trip out, and it's nice to have our Brunswick bowler track reinstalled here for the event this week.
Linda's daughter Megan, I'm sure watching at home, rooting her mom on. And Linda's shot on lane 25. About the same here, a little slower, 13 miles an hour, right around the 4th board, the 9th board at 45 feet. This ball went longer down the lane before it made the break, Denny. Didn't get in quite into that early roll, so it almost appeared 26 hooked a little bit earlier. She tugged it a little bit earlier on 26.
Great shot for Leanne Barrette on the right-hand lane. Now let's see if Leanne can double up and retake the lead. She trails by 9.
Well, she has not missed the pocket yet in the first 5 frames. 2 10-pins in the 2nd and 4th frame. She could have a 5-bagger. The way Leanne's playing, a little bit different. Setting the ball in at 8th board, swinging it to the 6th, coming back to the 8th there. 14 miles an hour. So you can see their line. She's actually going left to right, whereas Linda Kelly is going right to left.